right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Coach Lewis here, Montre Miller on his way up. Coach, congratulations on the huge week home opening win. How about a opening statement before we take questions?
Yeah, first off, I tell you what, it was a great turnout by our student section. It's one of the most electric game day environments that we've felt in a long time, and it feels great to have the fans, friends, family, everyone back at Dick Stadium. It was a beautiful day. Really pleased with how hard the kids play. We got Montre here next to us, joining us with an unbelievable individual effort. But all around in all three phases, thought we did some really good things. I guess kind of the only negative on the day that we need to clean up is the 15-yard penalties, especially those are going to be killer as we go. That's not accustomed to who we are or our brand or style of play. So we took care of that at halftime. And thought the kids came out, responded the right way, finished the right way, and we'll take it.
All right, guys, let's open it up for some questions. Let's start with the Record Courier and Mr. Alan Moff.
Hey, Coach, obviously you like to play tempo on offense, but I thought the first two drives especially were as fast as you guys have ever gone. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
As we continue to grow and evolve in the system, we got a lot of guys who have played a lot of football. They understand, where to be efficient so we can line up and play in pace, in tempo. Ever since we got through a little bit of growing pains early on about what we need to do with the football so we could go as fast early in training camp, some guys really bought in and able to play fast. It was really cool to see our guys finish it the right way and slow it down and, have a dominant victory at the end there and be able to play a little bit of ground and pound and end the game the right way.
I thought early on you kind of established Cooper running up the middle quite a bit, and it kind of set some other things up. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we obviously have a veteran offensive line. We got a group of running backs that we feel very highly about, a group of tight ends that we felt going into this could be advantageous for us in the trenches and at the line of scrimmage. And we can win in the trenches. You can dictate the flow and the tempo of the game. And it was great to go out. And I think, ultimately we ended up having 495 yards rushing or 494 yards rushing, something like that. When you do that, good things are going to happen.
Let's go over. Alan, do you have some additional follow-ups?
I lost you for a second there, but I think I got you back. Talk about the rushing performance, and you had once again a couple of new guys up front.
Yeah,
at least it's starters, that is.
Yeah, we've established ever since we've been here kind of this next man up mentality. You never know what sort of adversity you're going to go through throughout the course of the year. So the beauty of how we play and the way that we train, we get a ton of reps in practice. It allows everyone, whether you're a 1, a 2, or a 3, to become trained because you're getting reps in practice. So, we had some things where Jack Bailey, was battling some things from last week and, wasn't able to go today. And Sam Allen stepped up. Sam Allen's been a Swiss Army knife for us ever since we've been here. He started games at left tackle. He started games at guard. He's now started the game at center. And when you have guys that are multi-trained, and are getting the reps to get developed at the rate at which we do and under the leadership of Coach O'Boyle, we're pretty fortunate. And that's the beauty of, building our program, building this organization, and then again, establishing and winning the game the right way today. We got young guys in that no matter how well we do or to the best of our ability, we want to create a game day environment, but to get young guys like Elijah Lamptey, Savion Washington, and to be able to get everyone in who played, to get them those game reps, that's just going to help their growth and development down the future and in all three phases, really.
Let's go to the Hustle Belt and Steve Helwick. Steve, you got a question for Coach or Montre Miller?
Coach, after the third touchdown, Manny Lawrence Burke converts that 2-point conversion. What was the reason for going for 2 there? And is that something that we can expect to see more out of this offense this year?
We go into each week with kind of our middle gate looks, and when a certain look is presented to itself, if the numbers are right, we're going to do it. We want to call it to win it. The look presented itself, and so the kids executed. And as long as we continue to do that, we trust our kids at a really high level. And again, that goes to the way that they prepare and the way that they train. We can always do that at a better level, but the look was there. The guys executed that 2-point conversion all week long. And we want to be aggressive. We want to call it to win it. No risk it, no biscuit. So let's send it, and away we go.
Steve, do you have any other follow-ups for Coach or Montre?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's go to Jack Birdie and TV2. Jack, do you have any questions for Coach or Montre?
Yeah, Montre, you had a couple turnovers today. The defense as well really made it. The defense as a whole really made it tough on VMI all day. Just talk about how you guys were able to do that and how you had a great individual game and a great game as a collective unit.
First, I want to thank Coach Lewis and the staff for dialing up a great game plan all week, just putting us in the right position. We kind of had a good idea of what was coming just because of the prep we've been doing all week long, just putting us in the right position. And I just got to be thankful for the defensive line getting back there, getting pressure, putting me in the opportunity to go and make plays. And we pride ourselves on turnovers, takeaways. Every play is a tackle drill or a takeaway drill. We pride on that. So I thank it to them and the safety, the secondary, and the linebackers. So,
Coach, you obviously did a lot of things right today, both on offense, defense, and special teams. What specifically can you guys take away from this game? What stood out to you most that guys can take forward into the next couple games?
I tell you what, the thing that keeps standing out to me is the way we keep turning over offenses, and that's shown itself through training camp. We did that last week down at College Station. We did that again, today, to where the amount of turnovers that we're able to generate, like Montre just taught you, they're doing a great job following the plan and Coach Kaufman's leadership and the defensive staff and really creating an identity and developing this mindset that when the ball's in the air, it's ours. There's an opportunity to go get it, and they're doing that. So that's something that, again, week in and week out, we want to be consistently good, not occasionally great. And we continue to show that we are being consistent in that area. For the second week in a row, again, we've been consistent in rushing the football. So, again, I'm not a very smart man, but if we're able to generate turnovers and come out on the right side of the turnover margin, we're able to dictate the tempo and pace of play because we can dictate things up front and be able to rush the football. That travels no matter where you go, no matter the opponents that you're playing. So those are two things that we can point to be very proud of.
Let's turn it over to Jimmy with the Kent Stater. Do you have any questions for Coach or Montre?
Yeah, Coach. Maybe Dustin didn't have the performance he was looking to have last week. Can you kind of talk about his performance this week and kind of what you like seeing from him trying to bounce back this week?
Yeah, I mean, outside looking in, obviously people would probably be disappointed with Crumb's effort last week. I thought he played a solid effort last week with the pictures and what we were getting. He bounced back great. Again, we know what Crumb is. He's been in the saddle for a long time, and we flip him the keys every single game day to go whip our car, and he did a great job with it. I mean, he's a great decision maker. He's 12 to 17 today, 180 yards, really efficient, 1 touchdown. He's needy, not greedy, made right decisions in the RPO game and realized the flow and the pace of the game. And I tell you what, it makes slight work to be able to hand the ball off and rush it for over 490. I think any quarterback would take that support in the run game any day of the week.
As you look to play some tough opponents ahead, what are some of the main takeaways from the way your team played today that you're going to carry over into these next few tough opponents?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the opponent, our standards are standard, and that's what we talk about day in and day out, right? So we did some great things today. We performed in some areas, but again, we're going to review the tape, and there'll be areas where we need to improve, and that's our be the alpha mindset, that each and every single day there's an opportunity to improve. This isn't a quest for perfection. It's a journey for improvement day in and day out. So we're going to continue to do that. We've got to be able to be accountable to one another. Again, those penalties stick out to where that's kind of some individual stuff that we need to be selfless, not be selfish, because as we get into some, ranked opponents going out to Iowa, it's going to be a tough environment. We know it's going to be a 4-quarter fight. And when you have those numbers of 15-yard penalties, that can be backbreaking in those settings. So we got to clean that up, but week in and week out, this team continues to show that's a pretty tough and resilient group. And regardless of what comes down the pipe, they're willing to go harder, longer, no matter what they're faced. So if we can live to our standard and live those 3 core beliefs, I tell you what, that process of improvement, that process of growth is really, really fun. And we need to lean back into that work after we have some good, clean, safe American college fun today. Take 24 hours to celebrate this thing, and then we'll clean the tape up and we'll go forward, as we watch the Hawkeyes and see how we need to build that game plan to go attack a really good football team.
Alan or anybody, do you have any more follow-ups for Coach or Montre?
Yeah, Montre, you saw Elvis get 2 picks last week. Did you come in here today saying I'm gonna get 3 just to show him?
Nah, we just talked about every week. And like in camp, going back to camp, I kind of started off hot, and then it flipped the script. So we just going back and forth. We just get in there and watch film because we basically live in the same apartment. So we go into each other's room, we watch film together. What can we do this week to get better ourselves? So we're just trying to come out there each and every day and get better and better.
Coach, they had a really good wide receiver that did very little today. It looked like CJ was over top of him quite a bit, but just kind of talk about how you defended him.
Yeah, I mean, again, this game, regardless of scheme, it comes down to players. We knew that was a great playmaker for them. The kids did a great job being aware of where he was at. We wanted to make life hard. We wanted to go up and challenge the wide receivers across the board. DBs did a great job with it. And like Montre mentioned, I thought we did a great job affecting the quarterback with our outside linebackers, D-line, and different pressures that we brought, to where that quarterback wasn't quite comfortable. He really couldn't quite set his feet. We sped up his decision-making process, and we were able to capitalize on it. So, great job all around executing the plan.
You stayed with Andrew as your kicker. Talk about, what happened since last week and how he was able to perform today.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're looking for consistency, so being mentally resilient, physically tough, he embraced the challenge of the open competition again and did a great job with it. Hopefully built a little confidence from the PATs and the chip shot that he hit today. And we'll continue to ride that wave. He's done a good job with it so far. And again, he won the job outright coming out of camp. He won the job again this week. And, he's our guy as we roll through the future.
Last round of questions here for Coach or for Montre Miller. All right, guys, like you said, go ahead, some good, clean American fun, and we'll get ready for the Hawkeyes, and we'll see you on Monday for the weekly presser.
Thanks, guys. Go Flashes.